My name is Mary Hodges, and I'm an actor, director, mom extraordinaire here in New York City. I discovered Shakespeare, I guess some would consider late. I was in college, and at the time I had changed my major over to theater because I didn't know when I was knee-high that I wanted to do this thing. I discovered it kind of late, or it found me while I was in college. So therefore, when I had changed my major, I guess a year into the performing arts program, I got cast as Titania in the Midsummer Night's Dream. And I didn't know anything about Shakespeare. And I thought, okay, this director / professor why did she cast me as Titania? And I think it was because of language and this natural sense that I had for language. So it's not that you have to be introduced to it when you're a toddler or 5 years old. Some people grow up going to the opera and to the ballet. That was not my experience. I feel like I have a connection with it, and what connects me to it is the language and also the stories. The stories are timeless, I think. And once you know what the story is, forget about, the formality of some people might think the language is, but Shakespeare also wrote for different classes within one play. So if I'm having a conversation with just someone who doesn't go to the theater, and they're like, you do Shakespeare, isn't that difficult, or that's not my kind of thing? I give them the Mary's Cliff Note version of like what the story's about and kind of relate it to something in their life or to their family. I was like, it's really just kind of like that. It's not really any deeper than that. It's just how you tell the story. So once you know what the story is, then the language is there and it comes to support the story. As far as for me, I just feel a special connection. Once I had that first Shakespeare experience, I was like, oh, what's the big deal? It's accessible. It's accessible. So not only is Shakespeare accessible to me, the world is accessible to me. Doing it and going and seeing the work, seeing other people's work. Whether it's good or bad, hit or miss, that's going to happen. Even with the finest of caliber of companies, there's something to be learned by any production, whether it's outside, street Shakespeare, or if it's in the park, or if it's indoors, going and seeing it and doing it. I am playing Cassio. There was a big brawl. Iago purposely got Cassio drunk, so he would get in trouble with Othello, and therefore his lieutenant was stripped from him, his stripes. So this is following that big brawl. My reputation, Iago, my reputation. I will rather sue to be despised than to deceive so good a commander with so light, so drunken, and so indiscreet an officer. Drunk, and speak parrot, and squabble, swagger, swear, and discourse fustian with one's own shadow. O thou invisible spirit of wine, if thou hast no name to be known by, let us call thee devil.